It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we'll see who rules the skies in today's battle. It's the Atlanta Falcons and the New York Jets, and it's all up next.
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, December is upon us. We're into the home stretch, folks, and we got a good one for you here, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the New York Jets. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and CD, a lot of buzz here in the tri-state area about these Jets in 2023. Do you think that they are ready to challenge the Bills and the Dolphins for supremacy in the AFC East?
I certainly do, and for two big reasons. Number one, Aaron Rodgers is in town at quarterback, but number two, their defense, which kept them in every game last year and only got better through the draft this year. They can pair those together. They can compete with anyone in the AFC East and the AFC in total.
And then for the visiting Falcons, a lot of people very eager to see the number 8 pick in the draft, and that's Bijan Robinson.
And he's a guy I would have taken earlier in the draft. I go against the old adage, you don't take a running back in the first round. When you have one this skilled, this talented, who can run it and catch it and run your offense through him, you take him, as the Falcons did.
Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, on to get us started. And we are underway from MetLife Stadium. Fighting his way through contact. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by the former UConn and Eastern Kentucky quarterback. It's Tim Boyle.
Brandon, I know he isn't at the status of some of the elite names in this league, but I do know he's an absolute fighter because he's heard all the criticism. He's read the articles that say he isn't good enough to be the starter, and he absolutely does not care. All he wants to do is prove every doubter wrong and show that he belongs in this spot.
On 1st and 10, it's Boyle. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing here, Boyle. And that is incomplete here.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing now, Boyle. That is caught. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Breece Hall. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now 2nd and 5. Play action. Now Boyle. Throwing left side, it's complete. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. They'll try to run with Hall. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Jets will jump on top of the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Falcons ready to go to work here on offense. And at the helm in his 2nd season, Charles, it's Desmond Ridder.
And you know how scouts always talk about checking all the boxes? I think this young man does exactly that when you're looking for an NFL quarterback. Proven leader. Teams went 43-6 while he was in college. Has speed, dual threat ability, and production off the charts while he was in school, and also did a nice job of limiting turnovers. When you put it all together, there's a lot to be excited about for this young quarterback.
Ridder on 1st and 10. Short throw to Smith, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Ridder to throw it. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Ridder picked, and it's his former Bearcat teammate, Ahmad Gardner, who got it. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. On 1st down, Boyle. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Well, they certainly knew their challenge as this series began, and they got to stop on play number 1. Goal now, get 2 more stops and limit the damage to a field goal.
2nd and 10. Off the play fake, it's Boyle. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Short throw to Smith, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to bring up second down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Ritter off the play fake. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. A busy first quarter. His third catch of the afternoon is a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to, pick up a first down.
On play action, here's Ritter. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The safety, Adrian Amos, comes crashing in for the sack.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now the first running back taken back in April, the former Longhorn, Bijan Robinson. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. They're back now to the original line of scrimmage thanks to that 8-yard gain. Third down now to follow. Nothing the score after one on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Falcon football. Here's 3rd and 10. As they've got it as we resume action. Ritter throwing on 3rd down. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
We can make this one pretty simple. Rocked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Put your foot on the gas. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Now a 2nd and 10. Boyle. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw is Boyle. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Robinson, he'll try the left side. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Well, you know they had a 3rd down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
Now Ritter to throw on 1st down. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. The former 3rd overall pick, Quinnen Williams there to bring him down. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the 1st.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Back to the ground with Robinson. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. The tackle by Quincy Williams.
It's now 2nd and 6.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. Ritter. This to Pitts, and he's got him. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Falcons have cut it back within a score. Their first passing touchdown of the ball game, and they go to the big tight end in those sure hands, and he provides the score.
Certainly looked like they were focused on taking away other weapons, and he certainly made them regret that because he found the soft spot, ended up taking it to the end zone. Nice throw, too, to complete the play.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7.
Falcons 7.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And New York set to take the field. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Here's Boyle. And a completion to Wilson. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it's 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now Boyle to throw. There's a short one caught by Uzama. Call it a gain of a yard. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
They'll come up now 3rd and 9. To throw is Boyle. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. If points result, we'll call this play significant.
On 1st and 10, it's Boyle. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Again, he'll drop to throw. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Throwing here, Boyle. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now, Boyle. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. And this one is incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
Zerline's kick is up and through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks, you tell us, end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Ritter with it after the play fake. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
Okay, Coach,
we were speaking to a solid first half
this
out of the
one's
running
still
back,
anyone's
Breece
game
Hall.
as we welcome you back.
He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Falcons offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Going play action. Ritter looking here for Smith downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get. Taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Ritter. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Here's Bradley Pena now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fair catch called for. No gimme in these conditions, but he's able to look this one in. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return.
And the Jets will take over.
Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Throwing to start the drive. Boyle. He'll find Lazard here over the middle. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be second down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll give to Hall. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
They'll run with Hall. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a 1st down with his very next run.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Boyle. And they'll find the open man. That's complete. And he is is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Whenever you're talking about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. To throw on second down, Boyle. Well, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. Straight ahead is Hall. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the third quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
They'll run with Hall. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put
nowhere to go. Here he lost the football. Oh, one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And able to get this out to the 25. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They begin the drive with Robinson. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 55 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Defense really kept him in check running the football in the first half. Maybe that'll be a spark for him here in half 2.
So 2 words come to mind for me. Resilient, because he has to keep bouncing back after some limiting runs. And how about relentless? Keep going, knowing that you may pop one, as he just did there.
We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th. Over the middle, caught by London. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Ball start.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still first down.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Ritter back to throw.
Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll make it 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
2nd down throw coming for Ritter.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
That is caught. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
His throw caught right around the 6. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now a throw in the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
He'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
Looking to throw it here. Ritter.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's brought down. A nice little juke move that preceded it, but not much thereafter. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal.
Looking to throw once more. Here's Ritter.
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Disastrous outcome there on 3rd and goal. They lose 9 yards on the sack. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown.
An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Falcons have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And they can't bring him down. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got nothing coming.
Yeah, I mean, by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Hall again. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Hall want to give up the middle. Oh, he put on the carpet, a fumble. And it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game, but they were in what was really called 4-minute offense, and that's practice, meaning taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.
Previous play is under review.
Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Boyle.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. .31 yards on the punt there.
And it will be Falcon football. So now Ritter and the Falcons
Down by 5. A little over a minute to go. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Ritter. He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, to watch them drive for what wouldn't be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Ritter. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, make sure you understand your assignments, and anytime you get a chance to tackle someone in bounds, get them on the ground.
Just over 30 seconds remain. Here's 2nd and 10 now. Ritter looks to throw it.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. He's been quiet all afternoon. He may have just come up with a play of the day right there, though.
Obviously, it's not the volume in what you get done. It's the quality, and that was a quality catch right there.
This offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here 1st down.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. And a great game comes down to this. Time for one play, and they've got to get it in the end zone.
And I want every cover guy I've got in the game on defense, every extra defensive back who can make a play on the football. So whether it's nickel, dime, quarter, whatever you want to call it, I want 5, 6, 7 guys back there.
A final shot now for Ritter. This ball intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Eccles.
So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com.